everybody, it's Coach the Gamer. Today, we are just doing a Steel Vengeance review, because why not? And, well, yeah. Cool. Steel Vengeance. It's an RMC. I'm sure everybody knows that. It's an RMC hybrid at Cedar Point. And it used to be the mean streak until RMC converted it. It's in the Frontier Town at the Park. 205 feet tall, 74 miles per hour, 27.2 seconds of airtime. It's crazy. So we're going to talk about what I think of it. First of all, it's glossy smooth. There's like one part that maybe jerks you, but only one. So, getting started, you get airtime on the bunny hills. I mean, the bunny hills at the beginning, you get airtime. I was surprised about that because they're just so tiny. It doesn't look like you're going to get airtime when you're just looking at them. But they're so tiny, and they actually give you airtime. Then you go over the first drop. It's not straight down 90 degrees. It's amazing. The airtime is crazy. Then you go into this tiny little bunny hill right at the bottom of the drop. You're going 74 over it. So you really don't even feel it because it's going so fast over the airtime hill. It's really hard to feel it. But I mean, you can kind of feel it. And you know it's there because you can see the train going up a little bit. Then you go on this top hat, people call it. I think it's just a giant airtime hill. But basically, it's just a giant airtime hill that's banked to the right a little bit. It's so much airtime. Probably not the most airtime in the ride. And then after this, you go down the drop, and then you go into an outside bank turn. This has the most airtime I've ever experienced. This hill has so much airtime. It's crazy. And plus, it's banked to the side, so it's so weird. You may get jerked a little bit to the side if you're smaller like me, but it's just crazy. Then you go down this drop into a double up, and then into like a flying snake dive. I don't know what it's called. I think it's like a twisted snake dive or something. Well, you go up this airtime hill. You get airtime on it, then you go into this first inversion. This inversion is so cool because it's kind of like a Maverick transition at the top. You go upside down, you get airtime, obviously. Well, you're hanging there. You go upside down, and then all of a sudden you're at the top, and then you just switch over suddenly. It's super smooth. It's just sudden turns. So, I mean, you don't expect it. Then after that, you go underneath the lift hill. If you didn't know, the original mean streak, which I rode, it was awful, went over the lift hill instead of under it here. But that's just getting picky. Well, then after that, you go into this mini wave turn. You get airtime still. I mean, it's a wave turn. Of course, you're going to get airtime. Then you go into the second inversion. I don't know what it's called either. Well, all I know is that it's like another Maverick transition. On one side, you switch to the other really quick, and then you're upside down. Then you switch back the same direction that you came. And so it's like bank right, bank left, and then bank left again. It's crazy. And it's an inversion. It's kind of like a cutback, but going straight. That's like one way to describe it. I don't know. It's very hard to describe. Well, basically, it's amazing. Then you go down to a double down. That's a lot of airtime. Then after that, you go into like a fast ejector airtime hill. Bank into like a very sudden curve into the mid-course. That really like throws you. It's very sudden. Then you bank a little bit left and dive down. This is the best part of the ride because you go down major head chopper, airtime hill, airtime hill, airtime hill. The third airtime hill that you go, it's one of the craziest parts because you're outside of the structure. Then all of a sudden, after you crest over the top of the airtime hill, you just dive straight into the structure. And you can hear on my pivot head, everybody's like, "Whoa!" Because it is crazy. Because you just dive straight in. And after that, you get super low to the ground, doing an overbank that's more than 90 degrees. Then you go into this third inversion. It's a super quick inversion. It's very sudden. It's awesome. One of the best parts of the ride. You know what? I'm gonna stop saying that because every part is the best part of the ride. And then right after the third inversion, you get your picture taken. And then you go 2 back-to-back airtime hills. Then you go into there's 3 wave turns in this ride, which really surprised me. So then you go into the second wave turn, and then you go into the fourth inversion. this is probably my least favorite part of the ride, just because it's kind of jerky of how the motions. Because right after the fourth inversion, which is a zero-G roll, you kind of like the exit of the inversion, you bank left to exit, and then you bank straight again, and then you bank left again. It's really sudden, so you kind of get thrown, and your neck kind of gets like hurt a little bit. I mean, not hurt. I mean, it's not like painful. It's just a little bit the jerkiest part of the ride. Then you go into yet another wave turn. That's 6 airtime hills. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's amazing. And then because you get to 6 airtime moments that are, oh great, this is probably one of the best parts. Then there's this little bunny airtime hill, and then you get slammed into the brakes. Ow! I just hit my elbow. Well, you get slammed into the brakes. My personal favorite part is the outside bank, because that's just crazy. But all of the parts are good. I like the dive into the... I like the last 6 airtime hills and the inversions and the dive into the structure. It's all crazy! And then, well, my only problem with it is because of that little incident that they had where 2 trains bumped, if you didn't know, on opening day. 2 trains bumped. So now they're only allowed to run 1 train, and if it's too busy, they'll give you like a boarding pass. So kind of like what you get on like a train station where you get a time to go to your train. Well, this time you gotta get a time to go into the regular line, and there's no fast lane on it. They're only running 1 train on this super long line. It was only, I mean, it's not that bad. It just takes like 5 minutes longer than it usually would. Maybe not 5 minutes, maybe like 15 minutes longer. But it's not that bad. That's like my only complaints. Yeah, the Red and Fury. I've ridden Lightning Red. But, so if that's a 5-star, the Millennium Force is probably 4.5. But we're not doing a Millennium Force video right now. We're doing Steel Vengeance. Steel Vengeance is rated a 5. Again, like, comment, subscribe. See you next time. Bye.